Same as every other. You know, it's 2 points. You got to get yourself every point you can this time of year. So it's great. We'll feel good about it for an hour or two, and then it's time to get back to work tomorrow.
Spoke earlier today about wanting guys like Messick and Ruido to step up. Do you feel like they did that a little bit tonight with McNabb?
Yeah, I thought they both had a really solid game. They're a tough team to play against. Their forwards come hard. They forward check really hard, so you got to move the puck quick. They play pretty heavy, and I thought our D-core in general did a great job moving pucks tonight.
Strong game by Armia as well. Coming off of dealing with his hand for a little while. Do you feel like this is maybe a bit of a breakout game for him?
I hope so. You know, I thought he's actually, even on the Midwest trip, he had some really solid games out there, and he's continued to get better. And I thought a big part of that was his centerman was really good tonight. Catanacci had a great game. He was the reason we scored the power play goal that we did. He worked hard to repossess the puck and got us set up again, and then we scored with a net front tip by Jamie. So if they're all going, him, Gillies, and Catanacci, it's a really good line.
Something I noticed about Ruido a little less, maybe it's always been this way, but his ability to get the puck up to the wingers, his exit zone passes are terrific. I mean, what is it that makes him so good at being able to get those pucks from his own end up into creating a rush?
Well, he's quick, and he knows where guys are before they get there is a big part of it. And I think the biggest improvement that he's made is that he's looking for his first option more than looking for the best option all the time, because that can take time, and by the time you make your decision, a lot of times the forecheck's on top of you, so sometimes the best option is whatever one's right in front of you. I think he's done a much better job of moving pucks quick.
Is Larson a point-a-game guy?
He certainly is at this level. I mean, he makes a lot of plays out there, and he could have had a couple more. You know, I don't think he hit the post tonight. You know, he creates a lot of offense at this level for sure, and he's playing a position that's not really natural to him, playing the wing. So I think he is. I mean, he seems to be in on most of our scoring, and he seems to create a good bulk of our 5-on-5 chances.
I mean, is he creating something more to his game that maybe, you know, Buffalo thought was there, or others may have known was there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of his development is if you can't score, or you don't learn to score at this level, you're not just going to go to the next level and score. It can work the other way, but it's not going to work the first. So, you know, I think that, you know, for me, I think he's still a better playmaker. I think he makes everybody around him better. But, you know, he seems to get a lot of really good scoring chances, and if he gets a little bit more puck luck, he could score a lot of goals at this level.
Is he being more aggressive as opposed to kind of entering the zone and then peeling back? Seemed like he was doing that when he got here a lot last year. Seems like maybe going more toward the net and trying to create that way.
I think he does both really well, and a lot of that is just who we're playing against, because tonight that was part of our game plan, was to drive their D back and try to take them to the net. They obviously had some inexperience back there with some guys out of the lineup. So, but you know, if you got teams that over pursue, he's a real good checkup guy, and he can find the late options, and he seems to know where everybody is all the time. So he's good at both.
Coach, you guys got a fast start tonight. Obviously, that's the goal every night, but how crucial was that maybe throughout the entire game?
Well, it is against that team for sure. One is they're a momentum team. When they start feeling good about themselves, they can be really difficult to play against. And I think, you know, I think I saw a stat that they were, you know, 17-1 when they were trailing after 2 periods. So it's important. Numbers don't lie. You got to play 3 periods, obviously, but you want to be in control going into that 3rd period, and I thought our star really did that for us tonight.
Has Shaler gotten himself past that rookie wall that you were talking about? I mean, just the aggressiveness to take the puck all the way himself, and it seems like something that he wasn't doing for a time there.
It's all confidence. It's all confidence with Timmy, and we were talking about it between periods, is that I think over the course of the season we've seen a lot of shades of that, or a lot of flashes of it. We haven't seen the consistency. He's a big power forward. He's got to play that way. He's got to play heavy. He's got to drive defensemen back to the net. And then those are tough plays for a goaltender. When you just backhand it in there, there's other guys going. You got other guys going to the net. Those are difficult plays, and that's the type of player he's got to be. So hopefully he can be continue to get consistent with that. I think a big part of it with him is just making sure you're confident how you're playing in your own zone, and those other things will come along.
So you scored more goals on 9 shots in Canada in a 57.
Yeah, well,
Not goalie.
good shooters.
That's Crosby.
Throw that out there.
Any difference in the team attitude from the last game and this one now that the NHL trade deadline is passed?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are relieved, or, you know, just, it's something that is very distracting, I think, for the players. I think we underestimate how much of an effect it has on them, and, because it's an anxious time for them, especially with where our organization's at. So I think everybody's happy to get through it.
Is Rusty Tesla coming tomorrow? Do you expect him soon?
We're still trying to figure that out at this point. There's some issues, obviously, in terms of just getting him here with his family and everything else, so I'm not 100% sure when he's going to get here again.
But you expect him to report?
Yeah.
Where is he?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him myself. He's not here. And I worry about the guys that are here.
He's with mine is Omar.
But he is coming. He has gone home to
As far as I
Chadd.
know, yeah.
So what do you make of this blue line as a whole? I mean, it's very deep. There's a lot of good youngsters. There's a lot of established talent. Just what do you make of it?
I think that, you know, with, I thought Ruido and Pesic, you know, for the younger guys, or, you know, Rui's a little bit older, but I thought they were outstanding tonight. Really kind of controlled the game, I thought, when they had the puck against a difficult team. You know, I think Rasmus is still, he's 19, and he's still learning some lessons. And I think when he's playing, he's really, really good. There are times, like any 18-year-old, where this can be a very difficult league to play in, especially at that position. So, you know, just kind of harnessing his emotion and keeping the game simple on himself. But there's an awful lot to be excited about with those three guys. All three of them have been really good for us.
A lot of people think Mark's outgrown this league. What else can he learn, I guess? He was talking about consistency.
Consistency is one big thing, and I think one thing that we want to impress upon Mark is I don't think he needs to play, you know, as safe as he does sometimes. At this level, I think that he can be more aggressive and take some more chances offensively and try to create a little bit more. There's a fine line, because then your coach gets mad and yells at you when you turn it over in a bad spot. But that's, I mean, for me, he's an elite talent, and let's see what's there offensively. You know, I think he's got a goal and 7 or 8 assists at this point of the season. I think he can do more. I think there's more power play that he can do, and there's more in terms of just making plays from the offensive blue line.
So that translates to confidence to do it up there.
Exactly, and if he doesn't try to develop it here, it's not going to happen up there. Nobody learns how to score, put up points in the National League. You got to learn that to do at the level before you get there and have confidence that you can do it. And I think that's the big step for him.
Is this the best place for Rasmus right now? I mean, he played okay in the NHL. A lot of people thought for an 18-year-old, but is this the best place?
Absolutely. I mean, it's such a tough thing, just confidence-wise up there. I think that the atmosphere, you're under the scrutiny a lot more. And not to mention you're in your peer group there, at least closer to it, where, you know, there are guys at different walks of their life in the National League where guys are married with kids and have a lot of different stuff going on. I think there's a little bit more camaraderie here, and you get guys like Bagnall who take you under their wing and kind of show you the ropes. So for him, I think it's a huge part. I think he's growing in leaps and bounds and learning here, not under the pressure of what could be happening up there.
Coach, you got to go on the road tomorrow to play Syracuse. How tough are they in Syracuse to play?
They're really good in their own barn. I mean, we've had some battles with them already this year and over the last couple of years, and they're a team, again, that feeds off momentum. They get their crowd going. They were a Calder Cup team last year, so and they're going to have a bad taste in their mouth, so they're going to give us everything we can handle tomorrow night.
Thanks, Coach.
Pesic just needs to score more butt goals, that's all.